Hello, Lineville Middle School. Mr. Ross here. I wanted to just take a couple of minutes to talk to you about this crisis that's going on in our country. As most, if not all of you know by now, we've had a few tragedies this year in our community, and I think you would find that these things have occurred across the country, and it's very upsetting, I know, for you, and it's very upsetting for us as your teachers, as your principals, as your parents. Most of us have children of our own. Most of us have friends or family members that are in their teens, and we see what is going on across the country and what is happening in our community, and it frustrates us and it upsets us, and it makes us wonder what more we can do. We're constantly asking ourselves, what more can we do? So I want to just take a moment today to talk to you about that, if I could. First, I just want to remind everyone that you're not in this alone, that there is support, that at Lineville Middle School we have people that are here to help for any reason. But if you find yourself stressed out, having anxiety, being depressed, feeling depressed, if you need help for any of those reasons or any other reason, that we have, student assistance team who have spoken to you, I know. But even beyond that, your teachers, our classroom aides, guidance counselors, office staff, even principals, we're here for you. That's why we come here every day, for you, to help you, to do whatever we can in order to help you be the best, in order to help you to learn, to grow, and to prepare for your future, because that's what's most important, is you and your future. So hopefully you know that. Hopefully you're aware of that, and you know that if you need someone to go to, that's what we're here for. But I really wanted to spend time also talking about what we can do. And I say we, all of us, from myself all the way down to every single student in this school, what we can do, because it is a problem for all of us. And I think there's something that we can all do to help. I keep thinking about what happened last year, the tragic school shooting that occurred last February in Florida, and how the students in that school, Parkland High School, responded. And I think that's kind of the way kids all across the country felt. And I think those of you that are feeling the same level of concern and frustration that we're feeling, I think this is a call to action. I think this is a call to, do something about it, to get involved in some way and to make a difference in some way. So this is just my impression of how we can all do that. And what you're going to hear me say over and over again is that it begins with me, because it begins with me. And that's something we should all be thinking. I'm not saying it begins with me because I'm the principal of Lineville Middle School. I'm saying it begins with me because I know that every single day, just like all of you, every single day, I have an impact on other people. So there's from my perspective, two areas that seem to be the major issue, social and educational. So, I don't know that I have all the answers, but I have a lot of thoughts, and I want to share those thoughts with you. So briefly, very, very briefly, let me just talk about those two things, educational and social. First, educational. If you're not well, if you're physically not well, if you're sick, if you get an injury, if, God forbid, you have to have surgery of some sort or whatever, your grades take a back seat. They wait. Your assignments wait. Things get put on the back burner. Those of you that have been through this know. We will ask teachers. Your teachers will voluntarily say, okay, here's the assignments that you missed. Ignore that phone ringing. I meant to turn my phone off. Here's the assignments that you missed, but I'm only going to have you do this part of the assignments because you've been out and we need to get you caught up. That kind of makes sense that that's what happens. Why doesn't the same thing happen when you're mentally not well? Well, it does, and it should. And if it's not happening, it should. If you find yourself in a position where you're not able to function, then we shouldn't be asking you to do these additional things. I can't ask you as the principal of the school to perform tasks if you're not well physically, the same holds true if you're not well mentally. So you should know that, that if you're feeling that way, don't let the pressures of schoolwork add to your burden, especially, quite frankly, especially middle school. You know, I know a lot of you are very concerned about your grades, and that's great, and that's wonderful that you take your education serious. I do appreciate that, and I appreciate you. But just keep in mind, you know, Harvard's not looking at your middle school transcripts. Okay, so whatever your hopes and dreams are for your future, it's important that you learn in order to build on those things. But if there's a difference between an A and a B, and you know you're having anxiety because of your worry and concern over that, I really wish that wouldn't happen. And again, it's easy for me to say because I'm in this position, but I think for me to, as the principal, to say to you that that's kind of how I feel, I think that should carry some weight. You know, as the educators, we should be giving you meaningful work. If we're adding to that workload, the work that we give you should be meaningful. We should be recognizing that you have other classes that you have work to complete for. But again, a lot of times we don't know. We don't know that you don't get the meaning in the work. We don't know that you've got all of these other things going on. So we try to be cognizant of that, and I'm asking the teachers to be cognizant of that and to realize that and recognize that. But I'm also asking you to let us know, to speak up in a respectful way, whether it's to a teacher, to a counselor. It doesn't have to be to the teacher of that class. It could be to an administrator. It could be to, you know, some other person. Hey, look, this is what's going on. I've got this burden. I've got these things that are happening. I need help. Okay, so we need you to feel comfortable to express that. We need you to be ready to express that, but we also need to make it a place where it's safe for you to express that. So that's my message to the teachers, is to make sure that, you know, your classroom is a place where kids do feel comfortable to express those concerns and feelings in a respectful way. Socially, the other aspect, socially, again, it all begins with me. You know, we try to, on a daily basis, connect with you. All three principals standing down at the doors every day we're here as you're entering the building, greeting you, being in the hallways, being in classrooms, being in the cafeteria, being at your sporting events, trying to connect with you, trying to let you know that, you know, this is a place where it's safe and this is a place that cares about you. But I think, again, if we're all going to say it begins with me, I think that's something we should all think about. Every adult in this building, every student in this building should be thinking about how it begins with you socially. What are you doing socially? Are you making a positive impact in the lives of others? That's something I ask my own children frequently. What are you doing positively? Are you looking out for each other? And you are. Many of you are. I can't tell you how many times this year kids have come to us concerned about their friends. So that's very important. But keep an eye out for maybe kids that aren't your friends too. Watch for kids that, you know, seem to be struggling, who you can tell on their face they're sitting alone in the cafeteria, or they're sitting alone in the hallway, or people seem to be ignoring them or whatever. Keep an eye out for that. Again, if you want to make a difference, that's a way you can do it, if you feel comfortable doing that. So the last thing I'll say is something that I want to make sure, more important than anything else, that you hear loud and clear, and that is that you are loved at Lionville Middle School. Every single person in this school should know that they are loved. I love every single one of you. I love you not in a weird way, not in a creepy way, not in that giggly way. You know, you can get those Snickers out of the way now, but I love you the way I love my own children, in that it's unconditional, it's unending. No matter what you do, you might hate my guts, you might hate this school, you maybe can't stand coming here every day, but it's important to me that you know, regardless of your actions, regardless of what you do, whether you're a straight A student or not, whether you're an all-star athlete or a superstar on the stage or not, that you are loved here. And that starts at the top with me, it begins with me, and it's important that you get that message loud and clear as well. So I'm going to wrap it up for now. I just want to again remind you that we are here to help you, and that we're all in this together, and that it begins with me. And I'm going to be trying to say that phrase a lot, and I'm going to try to be acting that way a lot. And hopefully we can all together make a difference, beginning in our community, and make a difference for everyone's future. So thank you for your time and attention. And as always, I'm here to help. and we will do whatever we can to make your experience at Lionville Middle School the best possible experience it can be. All right, thanks for your time, and have an awesome day.